Hey everyone, James here with Rokoko, and as you see, I'm currently in a suit, and the reason for that is because this tutorial is to show you how to live stream Smart Suit data directly into MotionBuilder. So let's go ahead and get started. So as you see, we already do have our suit live in studio, and what we want to do now is just enable live streaming. So there's two different ways that you can do this. The first way is down here at the bottom right. We have this button now where you can just click Start Live Stream, and it'll go ahead and enable live streaming. But if you need to check on the settings to make sure everything's set up properly, you can go up to the cogwheel at the top left and then go down to data streaming. And it's important to note that data streaming is a part of our premium feature. So if you don't have a subscription to at least Rokoko Studio Plus, you won't be able to utilize this feature. But if you do have it, you should be able to go ahead and toggle it on. You can also toggle it on right here under Stream Data. You just toggle this button right here. This MotionBuilder support button allows for multiple suits to be able to be streamed directly into MotionBuilder. If you're only using one suit though, you don't need to enable it. And then this is where you adjust all of your settings. The forward IP is going to be the IP address of the computer that you're live streaming this data to. And you just want to make sure that your forward port, your forward VP port, and the Smart Suit Listen port are all different. And then whatever values you have them set as, you just want to keep in mind, especially the forward port, you're going to be using that inside of MotionBuilder. So once that's all set, we can go ahead and jump over to MotionBuilder and test this out. All right, so here we are in MotionBuilder, and we want to go ahead and now just import our character first. So in order to do that, we can go up to File, Open, and we can go to right here, Man2. This is the character we're going to go ahead and import, and click Open. You'll see the Open Options box, and you just want to go ahead and click Open. And you see here, this is the character that we're going to go ahead and use. And so what we want to do now is define the skeleton of our rig. So we want to basically be able to see the skeleton so that we can go ahead and define those joints. So the way that we're going to do that is actually we're going to hide this mesh. And so if we go down to our navigator under Scene, you'll see all of our meshes located here. So we'll go ahead and highlight everything except for the Mixmo rig hips, and then we'll go up to Display and we'll go to Hide Selected. And so now all we see is the skeleton. And then we'll actually go ahead and rename our skeleton here because we're going to import our animation and it's going to be named the same. So so we're not confused. We're going to go ahead and rename this, and we'll just add character at the end of this. All right. So now let's go ahead and define our skeleton. And in order to do that, you want to go ahead and click this button, Define Skeleton, and click the Define button again. And so you'll see this silhouette pop up, and we essentially want to assign each of our joints here within the silhouette. So we're going to start from the bottom, the left foot, and everything that you do on the left side is going to be mirrored on the right side. So you don't need to assign the joints for both sides, so it'll mirror each other, which is nice. So let's go ahead and start with the foot, and we'll actually start with just the left toe base. And so you'll notice that this is the left foot, and in order to get more into the joints of the left foot, we can click this arrow, and then you'll see these other joints. And so this is our left toe base. And now in order to assign it, since we have it selected here in our viewer, we can right click here and click Assign Selected Bone. And so that's assigned. And so we can go back by clicking this arrow, and then now we want to go ahead and assign the left foot. So we'll go ahead and highlight this, right click left foot, and Assign Selected Bone. And then we'll do the same thing for every joint on this side. So we'll do the left leg, right click Assign Bone, and then we'll do this one as well, left up leg, right click Assign Bone. So we'll go ahead and finish this. Alright, so now since the skeleton has been defined, the next thing that we want to do is create a control rig. And in order to do that, we just go ahead and click this button up here, click Create, and then you'll see there's control rig right here. And so we'll go ahead and click that, and then it'll ask you two things. First thing is whether it's biped or quadruped, and this is a biped, so we'll just click biped, and then it'll ask what type of control rig you want to create, an FK IK or IK only, and we'll just go ahead and click FK IK. And so now we can go ahead and import our animation. So let's go ahead and actually first let's bring our mesh back. So we'll go under display and then show selected, or I'm sorry, show unselected, and then now we have our mesh. And so now let's go ahead and import our animation, and we do that by clicking File, Motion File Import, and then we'll go ahead and import our animation, the stand-up Mixamo. Click Open, and then we'll go ahead and we won't change anything. Click Import, and then now we have it imported. So let's go ahead and drag this out. So you'll see it down here, it imported as the Mixamo Rig 1 hips. We'll select that, and then we can go ahead and drag it back. And so this is now, these are the joints for our animation, and you want to move it back because we'll be doing the same exact process of defining the skeleton. So let's go ahead now, since we can see all of the joints, let's switch our character back to none, and then you'll be able to see these options again. And then once you've done that, click on skeleton button and then define, and then we're going to do the same exact process that we just did. So let's go ahead and assign our bones. Alright, so now since we've gone ahead and defined our skeleton for our animation, we want to do the same thing and create a control rig by clicking this button, create control rig, and then again biped and FKIK. So now that that has been created, the final steps is just to, let's go ahead and make sure under character 1, this is our animation. Under character 1, we want to change the source to none. And then you'll see the animation jump back to our character, and then we switch our character to just the regular character, which is our imported character, and then we're going to change the source to character 1, which is our animation. So we're essentially changing the source of our imported character to the source of the animation. And so now when you go ahead and hit the play button, you should see the animation playing on your character. And so that right there is how you get animations from Studio, import them into MotionBuilder, and then apply them to your characters. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.